N'attendez Black Critic Show chaque vendredi de 6h à 9h dans Radio Différence 92.5 FM et nous qu'attendez online dans radiomedga.com.
Black Critic Show, yo nan show. Yo pren nan show. Et puis, yo boube. Aïe.
Black Critic Show, we love you. Because it's an entertainment show.
Depuis New Jersey, nous-mêmes, c'est sur Black Critic Show. Dis ça.
Yo, whenever I'm in New Jersey, c'est sur Black Critic Show. This is your boy J Beats, and I'm signing out.
Each and every Friday, listen to 92.5 to Black Critic Show, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Qui? Black Critic.
C'est Black Critic Show. Black Critic Show, nous dans show là. Harmonique dans show, Niki dans show là.
Yo, Black Critic Show. Bon bagay, Mika Ben avant, one love.
Non, c'est Richard Cavé. Nous faisons l'autre bagaille, ou connecter sur l'autre bagaille, parce que nous faisons l'autre mouvement avec Black Critic Show. Bon bagaille, bon!
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ashley Victoria. I'm your host tonight for Black Critic Show. Today we tuned into Creole Girl Magic, and tonight we have Phyllisia Ross.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
great performance. I love all your songs.
Thank you.
First question I have tonight to ask you is, you're really hot on the streets, and yes, you are. There's a lot of singles you have out, so when do you plan to drop your next album?
Do you know I've never dropped an album before?
Right.
And it's only people that actually really know me that know that. And to be honest, I don't have an answer to that question because I don't feel like I need to. Because most people don't even know that I've never dropped an album. Because I go, I tour, I sing, they know the songs, and I feel like the music industry has changed a lot since I've gotten into it. So when I first got into it a few years ago, however many years ago, it was the singles business. I mean, it was the albums business, and it was a business of albums, and here's the box that we're putting you in, and now you have Spotify playlists, you have
streaming.
Everything is like, you want to, exactly, it changed it because now, me, for example, I wake up and say, I want to hear Debussy for 30 minutes, then I want to hear Chopin, and then I want to hear, you know, Beyonce, and then I want to hear Bob Marley, and then I want to hear Sade. Everything is kind of like your own playlist. So I've taken the approach of kind of just making music as I'm going and feeling it out and enjoying it and diving into it as I go, which is a very avant-garde and unique and different way, but that's the way I'm doing it. And so far, it's been a great way.
I think it's a very appropriate way, too, especially with how the technology is changing, because streaming is #1. That's the best way to get your music, through streaming. Nobody really buys album anymore.
That's why.
Exactly.
People, and I'm 100% independent artist, so I am in charge of everything, and it's just better to allocate your resources and your focus and your energy towards certain things, I believe, you know, in certain stages of your life and career. I'm sure I'll be in a stage where I lock myself up and make an album, but right now I'm all about the live. Like, I like to get in front of people and sing, so it's almost like I make music just to do that. Like, I just make the songs just so I can get up in front of people and sing them, and that's the focus, so.
Okay. So I also noticed, I'm a big fan, so I've noticed that most of your songs are either in English or Creole. So but you also said you didn't plan to drop an album, but the more next singles that you have, what language do you think they'd be more in?
You know, all of them. I use music to learn language. So like, I didn't speak French 5 years ago at all. And now I can carry conversations, go there, travel. And so, it's like I said, it's kind of a journey, and it's part of my life journey that I'm using to teach myself and teach others. Like, going overseas and singing my music, people that speak French and Creole only are singing in English, and they're learning English from my songs. I'm learning French from and bettering my Creole from these songs and collaborating with artists. So you could expect all languages, and especially because now I'm really trying to focus on getting a little bit more fluent. Now I'm like, come on, you have this birthright of these languages at your fingertips. Everybody speaks around you. You need to learn. So you can bet that I'll be speaking French, Creole, hopefully Spanish. My mom speaks fluent Spanish.
Oh, really?
She speaks like 11 languages. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, she speaks 4 fluently, and English is her 4th.
English is her 4th.
So hopefully I'm speaking as many as my mother soon.
Okay, so last question. So now our event today was for Creole Girl Magic, and I never really heard of Creole Girl Magic until I got to this, came to the event. So what would you tell your 10-year-old self if you had the opportunity to?
Regarding?
About Creole Girl Magic, about anything now. Especially Creole Girl Magic, because I feel like that's completely foreign.
I would tell my 10-year-old self, I definitely knew what Creole Girl Magic was when I was 10. Because I was raised by my mother and my grandmother, and like they were all I really knew about womanhood and about presence and style and things like that. So if I were to talk to my 10-year-old self about what those things were, I would just say to enjoy the uniqueness and the birthright. I like that word because it's kind of like you're born into something that's greater than yourself, that's greater than Black history. It is the greatest thing in Black history. And we're a part of that just because we were born into it. And we need to, like I always make jokes like whenever I'm being defiant or you know, strong, I'm like, see, that's my revolutionary blood. Like, it's a joke, but it's true. It's true. You know, it's like these things are flowing within us and we have to embrace them and we have to enjoy the diversity within, even in the Creole diaspora and the Creole, the home of Creole magic, which is Africa, which is the Caribbean, which is our country, which is Haiti. Embrace those things, embrace what we learned from those women and where we came from and who those women were and who they were to get us where we are today in the modern world and who we need to be to get our future ladies and our future magicians, if you will, to the next place in history. And so I think that we just have to pay attention to those before us, ourselves, and be conscious of being those in the future that lead the way. And I think we'll be good, you know, and just enjoy it. Enjoy the culture, enjoy the food, enjoy the music, enjoy the fun, enjoy the countries, and just enjoy it and be proud of it because it's something to be proud of.
It definitely is. Thank you so much, Phyllisia Ross.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Ashley Victoria, your host tonight for Black Critics Show. We were tonight at Creole Girl Magic with the beautiful Phyllisia Ross.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening. Watch her performance because it was amazing. She performed how many songs?
Girl, I don't know. They were trying to cut me off. I was like, they still need to get off the stage now.
Yes, yes. I think that was very important because a lot of, you know, why I think in Jersey they like to kick people off.
Why did they do that in Jersey?
I don't know. They're very strict with time.
If they were strict with time, then they'd make sure we got on. I was here at 9:30, you know.
Right, I know.
9:15.
Right.
What time is it now? Don't even tell me. Lord. 3:45, child.
Yes.
And we still here.
Exactly.
That's all right. That's part of the magic.
That is.
These behind the scenes. And I sang last night as well.
Yes, you have a very great voice. Because I can only imagine.
Thank God. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's not mine. It's not. I can't take credit for any of it. It's all.
As you should. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Black Critics Show every Friday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on radio Tiferet FM 92.5, Radio Metcalf, www.radiometcalf.com, Radio Metcalf.com 91.9. Toutes les musiques, toutes les nouvelles sur artistes haïtiens in the Haitian music industry. Envoyé spécial, reportage, live performance et puis bénéficier de free tickets sur quel que soit programme haïtien qui a fait dans bloc Paul là. Info, relez-nous 908 220 5600 908 354 1500 862 234 72 62 ou bien checker nous sous Black Critics Show à commercialhacknell.com, sponsored by Paris Hair Design and Altido Accounting.
Black Critique, critique nous zonflé parce que nous black, ça c'est Juanito.
Black Critics Show, we love you. Because it's an entertainment show.
Depuis nous Jersey nous-mêmes, c'est sous Black Critics Show.